Do we have a civil war in Russia? Many may cheer, but actually the situation is far more complex than you may think. Remember that both sides, Russian army and Prigozhin mercenaries, are responsible for atrocity in Ukraine, and they are both enemies of Ukraine state. Of course, Ukraine will use, and is already using, according to the reports, this situation to their own advantage. But that is not changing the dynamics in between Russia at large and Ukraine. And you need to remember that Russia is not homogenic, and the power is not always centralized in Kremlin. Kremlin is juggling many balls, trying to find a common consensus with other powers, for instance with Chechnya leader Kadyrov. And you have other states deeper in Russia which suffer largely because the first people sent to war were from there, from Yakutia, from further Siberia. These people were first to die in Ukraine. And then we have Belarus, which is now in a very tricky situation because it's sandwiched in between Russia, Prigozhin, Ukraine and NATO. And Belarusian army is known for doing nothing. While south of the border there is quite a lot of partisans from Belarus waiting for a chance to invade the north. And then you have freedom Russian units which are entering from territory of Ukraine. The situation can go in any direction. Remember, Russia has nukes. And imagine what will happen if someone who is leading mercenaries and is not under control of any sensible regimes gets hands on that. So I wouldn't cheer, but we need to observe because this situation can go in any direction at this point. And panic is everywhere. You can see jets of oligarchs flying out of Moscow, and Lukashenko probably already sent his family to Turkey. I just hope that Belarus will be wise, through Lukashenko, close the border with Russia and ask NATO for support. Something similar that Slovenia did in '91. Let's stay tuned and hope for the best.